Amelia had come to Portugal for just 3 months, a summer internship at a small bookshop-café on the hillside of Alfama. She was 20, and like most people who find themselves in a new European city for the first time, she felt both freedom and a quiet unease. In Frankfurt, her boyfriend Daniel was waiting for her, reliable, attentive, a little strict. Their relationship was built on routine and shared plans for the future. But here, in the soft Lisbon light, where narrow houses sloped down toward the Tagus River, Amelia first sensed that her life could be far different from what she had always imagined. In the apartment above hers lived a young architect, Luca, an Italian from Milan. He often worked on his terrace, sketching, taking photos, listening to old jazz. One windy evening, when Amelia was trying to take down her laundry, the sheets nearly flew away. Luca stepped out and helped her, calm and effortless. That was how their short conversations began. Luca turned out to be someone who valued silence, but could speak meaningfully when it mattered. He told her about traveling across Europe, about his projects, about trying to understand himself in cities that constantly change. Amelia listened and realized she hadn't had such warm, easy conversations in a long time. At the bookshop, surrounded by the smell of coffee and old paper, Amelia found her thoughts drifting to Luca more and more often. She didn't plan it, didn't pursue it, but each evening, walking up the steep street toward her home, she caught herself glancing at his balcony. Would he be there today? Would he smile? It wasn't a romance yet, but it was no longer just a simple acquaintance. Daniel called regularly. His voice was steady, familiar, slightly routine. He talked about work, about their plans, about the life they would build once she returned. Amelia listened and felt a quiet crack growing inside her. Not because of Luca, but because she realized she no longer recognized herself next to Daniel. One evening, when Daniel asked, "Do you miss me?" Amelia stared at the warm lights of Lisbon and said, after a long silence, I'm not sure." Luca suggested they walk to the riverfront. The city was half asleep under the yellow glow of street lamps, the air filled with a faint marine scent. They walked without speaking much, but the silence felt natural. Amelia talked about her fears, about meeting expectations, about living a life that didn't feel like hers anymore. Luca didn't advise or push. "You've changed," he said quietly. "And there's nothing wrong with that." They stopped by a common inlet. Amelia felt something both frightening and liberating. She was finally seeing herself as she truly was. The next morning, Amelia called Daniel. She spoke slowly, but with certainty. She told him she couldn't continue a relationship built on habit rather than truth, that honesty mattered more than comfort. Daniel was silent for a long time. "I understand," he finally said. "I just hoped we could fix things." After the call, Amelia cried, not from heartbreak, from relief. That evening she went upstairs to Luca's terrace. He was sitting there with a cup of tea, as if he knew she would come. "I don't want to hide behind anyone," Amelia said. "I need to understand myself first." Luca nodded. "And that's right. I won't ask for anything. I'll just be here, as long as you want me to be." They sat together, watching the city turn gold in the setting sun. No more words were needed. Autumn came quietly. Amelia continued working, learning Portuguese, discovering new corners of the city. She still saw Luca, but without pressure, without promises. Their connection became gentle, mature, truly European, calm, open, honest. Standing on the Atlantic shore, where waves crashed against the rocks, Amelia understood. The real betrayal is betraying yourself, and the greatest courage is allowing yourself a new life. The salty wind touched her hair, and Amelia smiled, in a way she never had before.